One evening he says, "You want to hook a big fish?" No, no, no. I want to catch a big fish. We walked down the steps onto the sand. Whoa, whoa, where you going? We were going to go out and cast out. Flashlight, and he shined down the island, and all there was is these eyes from these saltwater crocs. Well, I says, I think I can cast it out from here. I don't think I need to go any further than this. And all of a sudden I get a creak, creak, and I sit there. Oh, God, him. Tighten and drags down. He just took all the line. So I filled up another spool. Now it's 60-pound test. I'll show that guy. Well, after he drugged me down up close to the water in those saltwater crocs, he finally got all the line again.
Really exciting news from Blacktail Hooks, my friends. They now have announced they have ringed Mutu circle hooks and ringed live bait hooks in a variety of sizes. Pick them up today at Island Fishing Tackle. Hey, good morning, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. This gorgeous December the 12th morning. The birds are chirping out here. It's a gorgeous morning. The sun is just barely starting to come up. That's why we're out here on the morning briefing every single morning for you. It's a little chilly, but not too bad. I'm barefoot down here in my swimming trunks, and it's not all that bad at all. And we've got a lot to cover with you here on the morning briefing this beautiful December the 12th. Last night was another great edition of Tackle Shop Confession. Sam De La Torre was in rare form. I hope you go back and listen to that. It's archived for you now. Several hundred people tuned in last night, but we'll have several hundred more watch it here today. Another great show where we cover all the very latest in sport fishing in SoCal and Baja California. And then Sam runs around the tackle store and brings you the latest tackle and the tips that you'll need to be successful on your next trip. Don't forget, hit that like button, share these videos with a friend. We deeply appreciate it when you do that. And also subscribe to the Friedman Adventures channel. Tick the bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. And also, don't forget, we're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Apple Podcast, and Spotify every single day for each and every one of you. You know what time it is. Man, look at the steam coming off that coffee. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. I guess it is a little cold out here because this coffee is already kind of lukewarm, and I've been standing out here just a couple of minutes. All right, let's jump into it with you all. Man, I'll tell you, there's so much going on. Down in Cabo San Lucas, continued good striped marlin fishing down there. There's some blue marlin also in that neck of the woods. Not a lot, but a little bit still lingering on. And also we see some fairly big Dorado, not a ton of them. Good yellowfin tuna fishing and an occasional wahoo down there also. Up in Ensenada, 70 miles below the border, good rockfish and big bonita dominating for the pongueros down there on this very important day in Mexico. It is the Feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe. Huge day for Catholics in Mexico, for Mexican Americans, and for others around the world. So again, may the blessings of Our Lady be with you all. We take you up here into the SoCal region. Actually, before we get to that, let's talk long range. Wayne Cateau from CCA just finishing up a magnificent trip on the Royal Polaris, where Wayne said the variety was great, the fishing was fantastic. Captain Roy Rose, it doesn't get any better than Roy and his great crew. The food, fabulous, but it was the camaraderie of all the great people on board this trip, Wayne said, that made it so special. This is the time of the year when those 8 to, let's say, 11-day trips go down the Baja coast. Beautiful weather in most cases, and really a lot of variety with grouper and yellowtail and yellowfin tuna and Dorado and wahoo and all kinds of other species. You might even fish calico bass and catch a bunch of rockfish on some of those trips. They are fantastic, and it sounds like a great one on the Royal Polaris. And all the guys that are fishing down in that neck of the woods are doing really well. It's almost Christmas, and we're catching bluefin tuna here in Southern California. The last trip on the Polaris Supreme, they just missed limits of bluefin tuna with 90 bluefin. They're running south of the border. A lot of that fishing is going on around Punta Calanet, which is 120 miles below the border. It was really good. There's some good nighttime fishing. So dropping those 300 to 500 jig knife jigs, those jigs that you're fishing at night, is really been effective. And also, remember, drop when the captain tells you to, drop to the exact depth he tells you to, and you're going to be in really good shape. So really good stuff going on right now. Man, these birds are going nuts down here. What's going on? They're all over the beach. And of course, the sand replenishment is continuing here in Surfside, California. So really great stuff going on. As we continue to monitor what is going on in SoCal, we also see great rock fishing up and down our coast. It's been tremendous out in the deep water. Right now, you're required to fish in 300 feet of water or deeper, and it has been super good. Excellent fishing, and the weather for this week looks really good. The Pride, on their last trip, they decided to go to another island. On the previous trip, a day and a half trip, they had 51 halibut and a whole bunch of other species. They went and tried another island on an overnight trip, and they had really good sheepshead fishing, only 4 halibut this time. They saw a good amount of squid at the other island they looked at, and this morning they're off again on another day and a half trip. And I'll tell you, they have been red hot there out of 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. They've been all over the fish. 51 halibut on their previous trip, trying a new island, looking for new and better options. You got to love the guys on the Pride. They continue to do a great job. So they needed a few more people to run this morning. I'm not sure that they got it, but if they did, they'll be off to the races again here. And they're going to push right through the new year and keep running trips. That's what they tell us. So if you're looking for a trip where you might catch a bunch of halibut, sea bass, nail the rockfish and the sheep's head, right now it's a good time to look up the Pride. We also see that up there. Ventura Sport Fishing, they've been doing a great job up there. The Endeavor has been running open party trips, and it's hard to get on that rig because Tucker does such a great job. Tucker McCombs is the captain of the Endeavor out of Ventura Sport Fishing, and he is booked up almost all year long because of the customer service and the great fishing opportunities. 805-676-3474. We continue to see good fishing north of them, up there in Monterey. If you want to go that far, in Burgess and Morro Bay, the Black Pearl has been producing some really excellent fishing also up there. So really good rockfish up and down the Southern California coast, and also down there in northern Baja. We've been seeing much of the same in that neck of the woods. There's still some really good bass fishing going on. The wintertime bass bite has been great. Marina Del Rey has been doing a great job on that. New Del Mar Spitfire, Nick Ramirez, an angler here in Southern California who's out a lot, has been having great success. Marcus Fain, Earl McVicker, all of those guys have been doing well as many anglers that I don't know, and I don't know their names, have been doing really well on the bass fishing at night. Fishing fluorocarbon is a must, 25 to 40, whatever you can get bit on. The heaviest you can get bit on is what you want to fish, because you're fishing some nasty neighborhoods, some treacherous areas, sharp rocks and sunken ships and other debris that might be on the ocean's floor. Providing a home to these bass is where those fish live. They come out, bite your bait, and run right back in there. Those little devils, dirty rats. So you need to pull on them hard right when you get a bite, and you got to fish as heavy a line as is possible. Usually a lead head with some fresh dead squid has been the way to get and achieve your success with those bass. So some pretty good bass fishing going on in that neck of the woods. Boy, I think am I in the way here? I might be. The Army Corps of Engineers is headed my way right now. I think I'm going to have to move. Let's see what we can do here. Let's go up here and get out of the way of these guys. Sorry about that. Now I'm getting so close to the houses, I'm going to wake everybody up here. So I think I'm out of their way. Yeah. All right. So they're going to start working on the sand replenishment right now as they are rocking and rolling. So we'll see how that all goes here today. All right. Really good bass fishing going on. That is excellent. There's also sculpin and whitefish. Local 3/4 day and half day boats continue to hammer away with some really good catches also on sheepshead, whitefish, deep water cod, and of course that bass fishing. That's something you want to check with the landing or the boat the day before and see what it is they're going to be fishing. Sometimes they're going to do that combo type of trip where they fish both the rock cod, deep water, and they fish the shallow water sheep's head and whitefish, and they fish the bass. So keep that in mind. A little variety of tackle never hurt. Our good friend Blue Cotton. Man, look at all those langostas. Great lobster hoop netting at Catalina Island. That is continuing. It's been really, really good here recently. And as you can see, it has been a great crawl this year. Don't forget promarahi.com. Put in Friedman 10 at checkout and you'll save 10% off your next big lobster adventure, because you'll be able to get all your gear at 10% off. Also, the surf has been pretty lively. It's been pretty excellent fishing going on here in the Southern California surf. Still some halibut around, lucky crab lures, a chrome jig like a crocodile, or even a little Castmaster work really well. Live bait is best of all. Some guys will go out on the piers and snag some live bait, whether it's anchovy or sardine, and then they'll come in on the pier closer to where the waves are breaking, perhaps just on the outside of it, and they'll catch some flatties that way. That's a great way to get the job done. A little bit of yellowfin croaker. Our friend Richard Cayo, as you can see, Richard had a beautiful sundown session last night, catching a few barred perch. He works hard at it. He's a great guy. I love Richard. And man, he is always out enjoying vitamin C, and you've got to love that. Occasional Corbina still in the surf also. Don't forget Big Fish, bait and tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California. They have all the bait you'll need to be successful in the Southern California surf. Not only are they your surf fishing headquarters for Southern California, but Big Fish Bait and Tackle has all the gear you'll need for the big stuff also, the bluefin and anything else you want to tackle, along with all your surf fishing gear. Right on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and Pacific Coast Highway, you're located next to some really great surf fishing venues. It's been really, really good. Don't forget to visit them. Santa Monica Bay, also quite a bit of halibut up there down towards San Diego. We see some pretty good fishing also in Huntington Beach area. That perch is biting pretty well. You can still catch those barred perch, and this is when the barred perch come out to play. They like the colder wintertime water, so that is something you want to keep in mind also. As I mentioned, great rock fishing up and down the coast. We continue to see some bass. There's still bluefin tuna in the picture here. It's pretty darn incredible when you think of it. Don't forget to go back and watch Tackle Box Confessions with Sam De La Torre. We had a nice little get together at the end. Michael Limon showing off some of the comida, some of the food that he was able to enjoy with Sam and I and his grandpa. It was a great time, and I'll tell you, I can't thank you enough for all the views that you continue to give us, even here in the wintertime. It is so deeply appreciated. Over 10 million views and counting. Thank you so much when you combine our social media with our YouTube channel. Hey, it's a little chilly, but it's great to be with you all, spend some time with you here this lovely, beautiful Tuesday morning. Thanks again, everybody, and I hope to see you really, really soon. Check out this unusual creature that washed up in front of Louis Prieto's house in Ensenada, Baja California Norte. Dr. Gwen Goodman-Lowe from California State University at Long Beach says it's either a dwarf or pygmy sperm whale. Hard to tell from the angle. Extremely rare for these waters and rarely seen at sea. Most of what knowledge we have about these creatures comes from specimens that have washed ashore.
Gas coming up. Dad Leland's back. He ain't screwing around anymore.
Freaking nice barred perch.
Ah, life's good. Woo!
Good job, man.
Oh, Phil, I'm so glad you talked me into this.
Oh. Woo! What a way to start the morning briefing.
Oh, look at that, man.
The big calico bass come out to play around Puna Banda, Baja California Norte near Ensenada, fishing with Diego Nuno and Costa Baja Sport Fishing. These small round stingrays can inflict an immense amount of pain. The best thing you can do is to soak the wound in warm water. Do you have a suggestion? Put a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you.
This is not a translator. I'm going to let her introduce herself to you.
I'm Desiree.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
cut me on this dinner. I'm so happy. Oh my God, Phil, how the hell did you do
Danny
this?
Cadota and I went to Torrance, California to the Sushi Chef Institute to try these fish chips out.
A fish chip.
Really?
It is. That's what he said. I go, wow.
You are going to have to try these. So
Stay
good.
tuned. You're watching Friedman Adventures. Mwah!